Hello friends, I'm your friend Adarsh and I welcome you to my channel Dev Dojo, which is here. So yesterday in day 8 we have covered the topic of randomization in Python, and in that video I told you that I will be completing list because it's a complex topic. But here's a change in plan. Before moving towards list, let's complete our loop section because loops are very important. So yeah, they both are important, both loops and list, but let's start with loop. Then we will go through list. So in today's session, I am going to explain you about for loop. So this is my channel, Dev Dojo, and this is my recording screen, and this is my home area. Now I'm going to open Spider because this is my preferred scientific ID for Python development. And moreover, we can do lots of things inside this, not only just normal Python coding. We can also create projects in Python here. It's a scientific Python IDE used for data science as well. So this was our previous topic program. So let's close this. I'm going to zoom it for you guys. I guess I know it's zoomed very well. So what is our today's topic? So today we are going to study about loop, and inside the loop we are going to study about for loop. So first of all, let's know what's loop. So loop. So basically, in layman terms, loop is something that repeats. Okay, loop means repetition, but in terms of programming, loop means repetition of a code or a statement. Okay, so sorry, I think the spelling is wrong here. So why do we need loop in programming? See, there are times that where we need to execute the same program again and again, again and again, again and again. So in order to avoid too much of coding, we use loop. So what is the use of loop actually? Loops save time by eliminating extra coding, extra coding work. So loop is a very important tool in Python. With loops, you can do or you can execute the same program multiple number of times without typing it again and again or without clicking this run button. So let me show an example for this. So first of all, we are going to start with a for loop. So let me explain you that as well. So what is a for loop? Well, for loop is used. For loop is used when we know that how many times we want to execute the loop. We want to execute the loop. So here, what I mean to say here is that for loop is used when we know that how many times we exactly want to execute our program actually, execute the loop or program or whatever you can say. For example, let me show you an example so that you can get a better understanding of this. So for example, let's say fruits. Fruits is equal to, let's make a list here. List. Some concepts of list will be clear here, no problem. I will clear it. But list is a very broad, very complex topic, and it need a separate video for that. So just focus on current video of for loop. So here we are going to give various names of fruits. For example, I'm going to write apple. I'm going to write like avocado, and then I'm going to write like what I can say any other things with A. Let's say amla. Amla, yeah. You can say it like Chinese gooseberry, but in India we call it amla. So let's go. We have fruits here. Now let's see what happens when I write here for fruit in fruit. For fruit, hold on for a second. I think that I have done some indentation error. And now that's great. Yes, if I do like this for fruits and fruits, then I will just print fruit. See, it automatically indented to two line spaces, to two spaces. So print fruit. So what happened here? Let me run this program, then I will tell you. So I have enlarged this console window, and now I'm going to run this program by pressing this button, run button. Now, see what it says. Okay, I'm sorry. I have just used a comma here. I shouldn't have used it. That's why it shows three times fruit. Now wait. Let me close this thing. Okay, now it's perfect. Now let's run this thing. Let me clear this terminal once again. Connecting to kernel. Okay, let's do it, bro. Do it. Okay, now it's fine. So now when I press this run button, it shows apple, avocado, and amla. So what happened inside this code? What happened here is it says for fruit in fruits we have we have given a name of some variable called fruit. You can name it anything, like you can name it f, you can name it like non-vegetables, you can name it anything as you wish. But here I, for the sake of good coding, for the sake of proper understanding to the audience and to those who don't know programming, I have used a same term called fruits because my list contains a list of fruit, name of fruit. That's why I am just writing a fruit here. So what happened here is this program will run, this for loop will run, and it will assign a value of fruits, values which is present in fruits, that is apple, avocado, and amla to fruit. So it will start with the proper index. For example, this is an index 0, this is an index 1, and this is an index 2. This is how we do indexing in list. In list, from left to right, we start with 0 to whatever how many lists are, how many names contents are there up to that place. But from the beginning, but from the end, from right to left, we start with -1. So from left to right, we start with 0, and from right to left, we start with -1. So this is the important concept of indexing and list. Kindly note it down for your sake of convenience. Now we are here. See what happened in this code is that the content which is present inside the fruit is being assigned to fruit one by one. So what happened here is, first of all, the loop executes first time, and then the content of apple is just assigned in this variable called fruit. So first of all, it will assign a value called apple, then it will go to avocado, and then it will go to amla. So here you can see that it printed everything in sequence. So this is how for loop works. Now let me give you another example for this. What if I just change this program, like I just add something like called, let me add a string here. I'm writing here pi. Let's see pi. Now what will happen? Let me run this program once again. So if I execute this program, it will work like this. See, apple pie, avocado pie, amla pie. Well, I know that it tastes very bad, but still, for the sake of information, I'm just writing here. So yeah, but listen, there is no space inside our between our fruits and pie, so we have to give some space here for proper coding. So I have just given a space here. Now I will run this again. Now see, now it's work fine. Now it looks fine actually. So here is the concept of for loop, that we use for loop when the content in our list is known, which means we know the exact value of how much content we have in our list. For example, here we have three content here: apple, avocado, and amla inside our fruit list. So this loop will run three times. So if we add another variable or another content here, for example, let's add mango. Now if I run this program once again, now the thing will change. So here you can see we have apple pie, avocado pie, amla pie, and mango pie. So what happened here is this loop ran for four times. Okay, so this is how for loop works, because in for loops we know that how many times a loop is going to run. So this is a identification of for loop. So So this is how for loop works, and this is it for today. Tomorrow we will be starting with our do while loops and while loops probably, and after the loop is completed we will start with our list functions.